So, I mean, of course, you've heard that quote that comparison is a thief of joy, and I fully believe the same can be said of weight loss. Comparison really is the thief of weight loss success, because if we compare ourselves to other people, we look at everyone around us and what they are doing, it detracts from our weight loss journey. So your journey will be unique to you. And I think you may know this without knowing it, or you may think you know this, but you are still trying to compare and get results and do things in the same way as other people. So I actually recorded this particular topic in an airport coffee shop yesterday, but there was so much background noise around me that I don't think I can actually use that video. So I'm re-recording it now. Okay, I don't know if I can do this, record myself in an airport, but I thought I would try. Maybe have a discussion with you ladies about this topic that's been on my mind for a long time. I think there might be too much background noise, so I might have to scrap this and redo it. But the topic is comparison is the thief of weight loss. However, that environment was the perfect one because I was sitting there looking at all the different people in the airport coming and going. We are all so different, so many body shapes and sizes. We come in all shapes and sizes and hairstyles and eye color and noses. And, some people have chunky legs, some have skinny legs, some are big around the middle, some are smaller waisted, some are bigger breasted, some are big, broad shouldered. We are all so unique, so different. And this really was hammering the point home in my head. But the point really remains is that you need to do your weight loss for you and for your body type, your gender, your height, your age, your activity level. And so what I mean by this is that you cannot expect to eat exactly the same as somebody else and lose weight or not lose weight. It really does depend on you and your genetics and your makeup and also your individual food preferences and when you like to eat. So somebody may really like to do fasting in the morning. I just won't. I just can't. It's just, I have tried it. I've tried fasting. And for me, it's just not, I don't know. I don't enjoy it. I don't like how I feel. Yes, I can do it for certain periods of time, but the benefits have been debunked. If you listen to Dr. Lane Norton, he says exercise also promotes autophagy, and that fasting really doesn't offer any particular benefits, no more benefits than a calorie-controlled diet. So for me, fasting is not an option, but it is a tool that you can use. So, if I don't fast, it doesn't mean that you may not want to fast. Maybe you do want to fast, and maybe that allows you to control your calories. Also, if we are in a family and your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your auntie, your uncle, your whatever, eat in a certain way, that's fine for them. It may not be the way that you want to eat in order to see weight loss success. So again, what I mean by that is that you may be, let's just take an example, a 5-foot petite female, and your aunt is a 6-foot broad-shouldered, heavy-chested, big woman. The two of you will never eat the same amount. She may be eating 3,000 calories and losing weight. For you, being small, you may need only 1,600 calories in order to lose weight. Also, the other problem with us females in particular is that if we have a partner, a husband, a spouse, somebody we're involved with, a male, usually the men are bigger than us. Not always. Sometimes you get the woman who's bigger and the man is small. But usually in a relationship, we are with our partners. We see how much they eat. They can eat 2 cheeseburgers, a double portion of fries, and a milkshake for dinner. And they're still eating breakfast and lunch, and they never seem to gain a pound. What's up with that? What is up with that? Well, they may be tall, they may be muscular, they may have an active job. Let's say they walk around during the day, fixing things. I don't know, whatever your partner does, but a big man can pretty much eat double what a female can. And yet, when we go out to a restaurant, we don't think about that. And there's no female menu and male menu, or, okay, in steak, you get a lady's steak, but there's no female portions and male portions of that particular food. So you both order a pizza, you both eat the pizza. Well, as a female, you can't really, you can, I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want, but you can't eat that same pizza and expect to not gain weight, whereas your partner can eat that pizza and maybe he won't put on a pound. So we need to tailor our weight loss efforts for ourselves. Another example currently for me is that my son, who is 15, and he actually weighs less than me, but he's growing. He's 15 and he eats way more than I eat at the moment. He can eat a whole pizza to himself. He can have 2 cheeseburgers and chips and nuggets from McDonald's. He can have 2 or 3 sandwiches in the day. I mean, he can eat Nutella for breakfast. He can eat on bread, obviously. He can eat, I mean, the kid is eating a lot lately. If I were to eat what my son eats, and yes, my son is tall and skinny, but he weighs less than me. But if I were to eat what he's eating currently, I would pack on weight. But he can get away with it because all of that is being directed into growth. I mean, he's just growing at a rate of knots lately. So I couldn't look at what he's eating and say, okay, well, 15-year-old boy weighs less than me. I may as well eat what he's eating. Another roadblock to most of our weight loss efforts is that if we live in an environment, like, for example, me, with my partner and 2 15-year-old boys, if I look at what they are eating and I try and join them, I mean, I would pack on the weight quite quickly. They can eat way more than me. So it is difficult. It's not easy to be in an environment where everyone around you is eating a certain way or a certain volume of food and you cannot. And you have to eat differently. It's so hard. It's doable though. You do need self-discipline. You do need to make that conscious choice, like, I'm doing this for me, I'm doing it my way. And again, it's about priorities. What do you prioritize? Do you want to join the family, eat what they're eating? You know, it's about a choice. Or do you want to take control of your weight loss efforts and do your thing? But you cannot compare yourself to anyone else. Don't try and look at what your boyfriend is doing. Don't look at what your mother is doing. Don't look at what your sister is doing. Even your best friends, if they are doing a certain thing and it's working for them, it still may not work for you. You are your own unique body. And also when you look at people across the globe, like in an airport, as I say, we all come in different body shapes and sizes. So even if your weight loss goals might be in alignment with your friends, she may have a completely different body shape and will look different when she loses weight to how you look. So your expectations need to be based in reality as well. Some of us are shorter, thicker, chunkier, stockier. Some of us have, like me, big calves. There's nothing I can do about it. I can never diet my calves down because that's on me. It's my genetic makeup. You see some people with very, very big thighs. You see some people, some ladies like J-Lo, with a beautiful, big, rounded booty. And I mean, she could lose weight, but she would still have that bigger booty and the shape, the bigger thighs. Some of us are long and tall and stretched out. Some of us naturally are genetically predisposed to carry more body fat. I mean, it's clear, it's plain, it's obvious when you just look around. If you look at families and how they store fat as well, it's genetic. So you do need to be realistic. You do need to tailor your weight loss plan and expectations for yourself, and don't compare yourself to anyone else. So here's what I would do if it were me. And right now, I'm not really in a weight loss phase, but if it were me, I would say, what is my body shape and type? What is a healthy amount of weight for me to lose? What is realistic for me to lose at my age and stage of life? And then just do it very slowly, steadily, and as consistently as possible. I know life gets in the way, but always try and be as consistent as possible. Try and meal plan if you can. Try and make your meal plans with enough variety so that you don't get bored. Try and think of plans ahead of time for when you are stuck and you need a healthy snack on the go. Try and incorporate treat foods or cheat days into your weight loss plan so that when you have them, you don't feel derailed or guilty. But try and do this in a way that's sustainable for you. Try and do it in a way that still allows you to participate in family events or functions, because let's be realistic, life happens and food is a way of bonding. It's a social connection for us. Also, like when I was at the airport, I was traveling, I had to eat out. I mean, well, I suppose I could have packed lunch in Tupperwares, but you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't always want to be bringing a little Tupperware of food with you everywhere you go. I'm not saying you can't, but sometimes you just have to eat out. So try and make it reasonable, sustainable, and very practical, and keep it where you're trying to maintain a healthy body weight for life. Don't try and crash diet. But I think don't try and look at what everyone else around you is eating and getting away with eating, because that is them, that is their body, and that is not your body. And also your body may have different hormonal balances or imbalances that you need to take into account, you need to work with. You have to just be realistic, and sometimes it doesn't feel fair. I know, it doesn't feel fair. How come she gets away with eating whatever she wants, seemingly, and she stays so thin, and how come I can't? We cannot think that way if we are to successfully lose weight. You have to think, what is my unique equation for me, for my body, for weight loss? And it may be tough. It may be tough. And you need to decide what you are willing to do, how much of an effort you are willing to put in. Because, I mean, let's face it, for some of us, there are certain foods we just wouldn't want to give up. Life would feel miserable or worthless without them. You also want to be able to participate properly in celebrations, so you don't want to restrict yourself too much. You need to decide also that this is something you want to do for life. I mean, again, you don't have to. No one is forcing you to lose weight. This is something that you need to want to do for yourself if you want to do it for yourself. Because also, I was looking around at all the beautiful people in the airport, and we really, like I say, we come in all shapes and sizes, and that is wonderful. It is beautiful. It is a joy. Who wants a world full of people that all look the same? I certainly don't. And so, yes, with certain sizes, you may run into health outcomes that are not favorable, but only you know that, and only your doctor and you know that. So there are people who are overweight or carrying excess body fat, and they are perfectly healthy. That is also possible. Only you and your doctor can tell you that, because you can check your blood pressure, your blood sugar, uh, the pressure on your joints and tendons. So I don't want to promote thin at all costs, because that can also lead to health issues. There are thin women who are underweight, undernourished, suffering with osteoporosis, and that is also unhealthy. So we do need to find a healthy body weight. And again, that's why I say comparison is the thief of weight loss, because a healthy body weight for you may look very different to what a healthy body weight is on someone else. So you need to find your healthy body weight. You need to find your healthy way and find what is going to be sustainable for you. It's your race. This is your thing. Don't look around at anyone else. And I know it's so hard. In a world full of social media, in a world full of Hollywood actresses and supermodels and glamorous adverts, it's hard to just focus on who we are and the beauty that we have to offer the world. It is difficult, but I urge you to go back to seeing yourself through loving eyes first and foremost, and then trying a weight loss journey that feels right for you, for your culture, for your food preferences, for the way you want to do it, and for the end result, which is a healthy body weight for your body, for your gender, and for your place and time in this world.